Hey there, I'm Tyler with Fit Fierce Female, and today it was a rainy day. And so I feel like doing a rainy day stretch, and I thought you might want to join me. So sit down, get cozy, and take a deep breath and let's stretch. And we're gonna start pretty easy peasy with a neck stretch. So I just want you to hang your head nice and low. Chin to your chest and just let it hang. And you can turn your head a little right to left. When you do it, you'll be able to feel a stretch, an extra stretch in the back of your neck there on each side. Woo. When I do it, I feel it go pretty far down my back and it feels delightful. So you can go left to right, staying low. I want that like the back of your neck more. And then you can take a deep breath and let's bring left ear to left shoulder and stretch out the side of our neck now. If you need a little bit more, you can put your left hand on the right side of your head and let it add some weight. I don't like to do that. I feel like it goes too far, but I'm not the most flexible either. I just like stretching because it feels good. And then to the other side, right shoulder, right ear. You can turn your head a little bit well, get some different angles if that feels good, but just a little neck stretch. Nice. Big old deep breath. And we're gonna do a seated cat-cow. So your hands are gonna be on your knees and you're gonna curl. Oof. You can use your knees for support, but you're gonna curl your body into a C curve, and then you're gonna push your chest out. You'll pull on your knees, pull your shoulder blades together, drop your head back if you'd like, and then switch the other way. Big curve. Stretch out your back and your shoulders, and to the front, press out your chest. I also like to kind of wiggle in these and like kind of get both sides. We're gonna do one more. And big curl, holding onto your knees. Twisty twist in there while I do it. And then chest, pulling back on your knees, stretching out the whole front part of your body and squeezing those shoulder blades together. Woof. Beautiful. Take a deep breath, and we're going to do a spinal twist. So you're going to take your left hand, put it on your right knee, bring your right arm all the way behind you, and look at the back wall. You can close your eyes, you can keep them open, take a few deep breaths, and just twist as far as you can. On every exhale, you might be able to get a little bit further as you do it. One more breath. Awesome. Come back up to the middle. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So right hand is going to your left elbow, your left arm is going back behind you in support. I have mine in a little bit of a tented position. If you want to go all the way to your hand, you can. I like a good tent and twist. Remembering to take a few deep breaths. And every time you exhale, you should be able to twist just a little bit more as you relax. Amazing. Oof. Now I would like for you to bring your feet together. And I feel like I'm about to do a Russian twist, but we're definitely not doing that. You're just gonna put your hands directly behind you, or as far back as you can. Fingertips pointed to the wall behind you. And you can do a little bit more of a chest stretch here. I know that we just did a little bit in that like seated cat-cow, but this kind of gets into your biceps a little bit more, and a little deeper in your chest. You can drop your head back if you want. Or keep it upright, but try to release as much tension as you can while also stretching. The more space you put between your hands and your bottom, the more of a stretch you'll get. Awesome. Then we're gonna sit back up and get the other side, so we just do that chest. So I need to do a little bit of back. So we're gonna do that classic, like, I'm in gym class stretch, bringing your arm across your body, hooking your other arm underneath to pull it a little bit tighter. That's going to get into your back a little bit, a lot of your shoulder, maybe even a little bit of your tricep. Awesome, switch sides. I feel like because of that, like gym class, it's not, you can't do this stretch without like going like this in between. Awesome. Feels good. And now we're gonna do a pigeon stretch. This one, you're just gonna leave one knee down, swing the other leg behind you, and kind of come up. If you can get your hip all the way down, that's cool, but my hips are not loose enough for that. So you just want to sink down. You should feel it in your outer glute. You should feel it a little bit in your, not a little bit, you should feel it in your hip as well. Some people say that this doesn't count and that you're supposed to be all the way at a 90-degree angle with your leg. That doesn't work for my body. And so I encourage you to listen to your body, even when you get instructions for different positions. Like, you know the way your body can twist and move. You want to challenge it, but you also want to listen. And my body cannot do this position unless my knee is super bent. But what it can do is it can go down to my elbows, especially on this leg. Some people can get their head all the way down and lay pretty flat. I cannot, but I know my limits. Stay there for as long as you want, but if you're ready to switch with me, you're gonna tuck your back leg. I want you to push yourself up into a plank, get that leg all the way back, and I want you to switch legs. Bring the other one forward into a pigeon on the other leg. Woo. This is hands down my favorite stretch, I think. And I do like a frog stretch too. We can throw that one in. Put down your elbows if that feels good for you, if your body allows you. Otherwise, you can stay up on your hands. Awesome. You can just roll on this one. I won't make you plank again. Just roll onto your tush. We're gonna come back around. Now that we kind of did the outside of our hips, I'm gonna have us do the inside now. So you want you to bring your feet together in a butterfly. I like to grab my feet. You can be there, sit up straight, and bring your feet in as much as you possibly can. That's an option. Hold that there for a second. Another option is to go a little bit more in a diamond shape. And then I kind of like to grab more like my ankles and then use my elbows to push down and get a deeper stretch that way. That is an option for this stretch. Or you can grab your toes or reach out all the way in front of you and just lean forward and flatten as much as you can. My hips are tight, I can't go that far, but you go as far as your body allows. Whew. That feels good. Now I'm going to have us do a little bit more twisting. So I want you to come all the way back down to the floor, laying on your back. You're gonna bring one leg up into 90 degrees and then twist it over to the opposite side. And so I've got my right knee going over to my left side. And so my right arm is out and I'm actually bringing my head to follow my right arm. So I'm really, really twisty. If you want to advance this, you can use that right arm and grab your ankle and we can do of the left leg, the long one that's down, and get in a nice quad stretch as well. I think Maddie Dragamo on Peloton calls this a pretzel, a human pretzel, and it does quite feel like that. So you can let that leg go, come back to center. Ooh, I definitely feel that on the one side. Legs out straight, then my left knee is coming up, twisting across to the right, bring it down as far as I can, trying to leave my left shoulder on the ground. I can do that better when I hold my left leg down with my right arm. A few breaths. And if you'd like to advance it, then you're going to bend your right knee and get that quad stretch in. You're a very pretty pretzel. Amazing. You can release. And then I just want you to lay for a second. I know that was a big one, so I just want you to put the bottoms of your feet together, and we're butterflying but laying down. And I know that's very similar from what we just did, but it really helps to release your hips a little bit. If you want, you can massage kind of under there, under your glutes, at your hips. Just loosen things up if you need, but honestly, just laying here feels so good. Let's take one more deep breath. I'm gonna flip over. We're done laying down for a while. I know that's sad, but it will feel good, I promise. We're gonna do a few more stretches. Let's do one upper body. Let's switch over. So I want you to your hands and knees, quadruped position. And I want you to thread the needle. Oh man, I have a lot of favorite stretches, who am I kidding? But you're gonna take your right hand, thread it underneath your left arm and your body, and you're gonna stretch out that back. Your head is on the ground. You can release your left hand if you want. I kind of like to still use it as support because I'm able to use it to pull a little bit and get deeper into my back. It always feels good. And yeah, this one is more of a back and shoulder and lat stretch. You'll come back up. We're going to switch sides. So back to quadruped. Now your left hand is going to go under your right chest. You're twisting. Really stretching it in your back. Also, all this twisting is really, really good for your spinal health. Come back up. Alright, now we're in quadruped, but I'm going to turn so you can see. We are doing a frog stretch, so your legs are going to go a little bit wider. And you're just going to, as far as you kind of can, I mean, you can challenge that sitting up, but really where the challenge does come to is from this rocking motion. You can rock back a little bit, go back. So I'm nice and stretched, and then I can lean back. Ooh, really good in those hips. And you can rock forward to release. You can also rock forward, and it's going to stretch out your forearms too. Give yourself a nice wrist stretch on the way forward, and then you can sit back and work on those hips. So back into those hips, move forward into those wrists. And a double whammy. Back to your hips, forward into your wrists. Beautiful. Come back up. Shake it out. Roll out your wrists. Gotta love a good little. I used to call this making meatballs or something like that when I taught gymnastics. All right, the one thing that we really didn't get that much of is our triceps. So while we're sitting up like this, we're gonna reach up, bend one elbow, grab it with your other hand. And try and like reach for your back, reach down your back. Another good old fashioned gym stretch. And do the other side. Wow, I don't know about you, but I already feel a million times better. And I'll be honest, I do not stretch enough, so that's fantastic. And I'm gonna do one more. I am gonna go up into on all fours. I'm gonna get into my plank, and then I'm going to push up into downward dog and get my calves. I feel like that is the one thing we left neglected. So I'm just going to pedal out my calves. This is your opportunity to either do the same if you're kind of feeling like I am, or to do whatever stretch you feel like you still need. What didn't you get to today that you just really needed and was hoping was in here? Now's your time to do that. Fantastic. Well, my friend, I'm so glad you joined me for this rainy day stretch. Like I said, it was exactly what I needed, and I hope it made you feel better too. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.